Neoliberalism, normalisation and deficit discourse have the potential to widen the gap in our students' education. Miss Nicholls has recently graduated from the university and has been lucky enough to gain a teaching position back in her hometown. She's at the local high school and working predominantly with the middle school age classes. Through her studies and placements, Miss Nicholls learnt that students bring with them their own virtual school bag, and so all contribute different backgrounds and skills to the classroom. Miss Nicholls was assigned the Year 9 home group, a class much larger than she's ever experienced to date. Fortunately, or unfortunately, she was provided with an info pack from the school upon commencing her job. This included a list of students with learning disabilities or impairments, and included Sally, who has hearing loss and is already on an NEP, George with dyslexia, and Jane with autism. Miss Nicholls thought this very helpful, as it provided her with some important background knowledge. However, she will later realise she had subconsciously placed these students at deficit discourse and treated them differently. Miss Nicholls taught the Year 9s for 2 subjects plus home groups, so she saw them all every day. She held stereotypical views of particular students in class, especially those from lower socio-economic backgrounds. She was also influenced by the opinions of other staff members, many of which made assumptions about students based on the behaviour and academic ability of their older siblings and parents. Being a teacher with little experience, Miss Nicholls didn't realise she was letting these opinions influence her expectations of her students. Let's compare Sally to one of her peers. Kate comes from a supportive family environment. Her parents both work full-time. She has a great attendance record, works well in class, and always completes her homework. She also works 1 day a week after school at the local cafe and is involved in a variety of community sports. She has great interpersonal skills and is well liked amongst her class. Sally, on the other hand, is quiet, rarely contributes to class discussions, and typically refuses to do homework. Neither of her parents completed high school. They show little interest in her education and never request or attend parent-teacher interviews. Sally does, however, love to read, but Miss Nicholls is constantly reminding her to put her book away during class and focus. Reading is for Friday English lessons only. Miss Nicholls concluded that Sally needs more time and attention than she can commit to just one student during a lesson. As such, her expectations for Sally are lowered, and she's pigeonholed her as being less likely to achieve. Neoliberalism forces a focus on test performance rather than developing a healthy, inclusive classroom environment. As such, students like Kate will still excel, while those like Sally will trail and fall behind her peers. Miss Nicholls has taken the easy approach and found it more convenient for her to teach the rest of the class and let the other underachievers fall behind or be neglected. Later that year, Miss Nicholls had a change of heart and decided she could do more for the disadvantaged students in her class, including Sally. As a teacher, it is her role to turn around pedagogy and develop an inclusive classroom that values the needs of all students, not just those who are doing well. She first focuses on the reading activity in English, as she knows Sally loves to read. The class were tasked with reading a book and then developing a board game that related to it. Jane excelled at the task and was nearing completion, but Sally had barely started. During a lesson when an SSO staff member was present, Miss Nicholls was able to dedicate some one-on-one time to Sally. She discovered that Sally had a great understanding of her book, but just struggled to get ideas onto paper, and as such had just given up. They talked through the task together, and very soon Sally had her board game all planned out. Miss Nicholls immediately saw a change in Sally's attitude and confidence. Those few minutes of help and attention had given Sally the self-belief she needed to strive for more from her learning. From here, Miss Nicholls moved out of the deficit discourse and looked at her class of students with a fresh pair of eyes. She had the ability to shape their future and give every student the best possible opportunity to learn. Education must be inclusive to everyone.